This is a companion video to the blog post that I wrote, which is all about understanding observability in agentic AI systems. So before I give the demo of the actual app, I wanted to give you a quick high-level understanding of how it works. Behind the scenes, we have a framework called LangGraph, which orchestrates all of this coordination between these different agents. So the way this works is that we have an LLM router agent, which is going to take care of routing these user questions to the right worker agent, which in this case is either SQL agent or RAG agent. The other thing to note here is how SQL agent is leveraging a tool here, which is SQL CL MCP client, and this MCP helps connect to Oracle 26 AI database and fetch and retrieve information. One other thing is that this Oracle 26 AI database is running locally on a Docker container. That's the SQL agent piece of it. When it comes to RAG, in this project we are running an in-memory vector store. So what it's connecting to is a knowledge base, which is a one-pager on Oracle. So that's the knowledge base here, and in the case of the SQL database, it's a table where I had created 3 simple customer ID records which pertain to support tickets. So that's the context that you should understand before we move on to the demo. So when it comes to the demo prerequisites, make sure that you create a virtual environment and you set up all the requirements and dependencies which are listed in this requirement.txt file. The next important thing is to make sure that your Docker desktop is up and running, because we are running the Oracle 26 AI database locally in a Docker container. Once all of that is set, you can run Streamlit app with the command streamlit run app.py. So this is the app that has the logic for our UI. So when I run that, I am able to get to this interface. So here, let's start by looking at all the 3 support tickets that I created. So when I click on that button, it's going to pre-input the question that I had, and when I click on submit button, it's going to process my query, and it has retrieved all the 3 data entries from the table which I had created. So this ticket 1, ticket 2 and ticket 3, which pertain to different customer issues. So the overall processing time here was 3.19 seconds. The other thing that I wanted to show here was how all of this can be tracked in LangSmith. So I just ran this. So when I click on this, I can look at the complete trace. So overall it took 3.19 seconds, and here you're able to see the breakdown of how many seconds it took for each of the functions or sub processes. And here you can see that my question went to the router agent. So this was my question, user query, which is show me all support tickets, and this is the raw output. So you can navigate through each of the sub steps. So the key takeaway here is that the LLM router was able to correctly understand that this is a question that needs to be sent to the SQL agent. Now let's go back to our Streamlit interface. So here I'm going to try out a RAG question. So I'm going to ask, what is Oracle database? Then I click on submit, it's processing. So now we can see that it's routed to RAG agent, and the total processing time here was 2.72 seconds, and we get the complete answer as well. Once again, if I go to LangSmith, I am now able to look at the trace for this particular query. Again, it took 2.72 seconds, and you can see the breakdown of how many seconds it took for each of the sub processes. Once again, we are able to see the input that we provided and the raw output for each of these functions. And the key takeaway here is that once again the LLM router was able to correctly understand that this is a question that needs to be sent to the RAG agent. So that's a quick demo of how this entire app functions. I have also included the GitHub repo and the detailed blog post in the description below. So hope you found this useful. I will see you again in another video. Bye.